Good evening, students. This is Mamun here. Today we are going to start intermediate English language course, class 8, unit number 3. So far, we have completed previous pages and we are supposed to, we finished these pages. So we are supposed to start from here. Am I right, Mr. Mustafa? So this page.
All right.
Yep.
Yes.
So before I go through this normal lesson, I'll go back to our grammar reference. Over there, we'll have a look on the grammar reference, and then we'll come back to this page and start our regular exercise. Okay. So I'll go back to our grammar reference shortly. Grammar reference. Okay. So we'll be doing unit number 3. And yep, that's the unit number 3. So in last lesson, we have covered this. We're supposed to start from adverbs of frequency and present continuous. Okay. Oh no, we have done up to here. So today we are supposed to start from state verbs. We'll know some state verbs, and also as well as we know passive voice and use. Okay. So we'll get to know these fast as much as we can, and then we'll go back to our regular lesson. Okay, let's start from here. The state verbs. There are certain verbs that are usually only used in the present simple. They describe states or conditions, not activities. Verbs of thinking and opinions. These are the state verbs. They don't change the form, like they don't edit the ing usually. They are used in the present simple tense rather than any other tense. Okay, here if you can see, believe, think, understand, suppose, expect, agree, doubt, know, remember, promise, mean, imagine, realize, deserve, guess. These are the verbs are mainly called state verbs. Okay, remember, I believe you. Do you understand what I mean? I know what you mean. These are the few examples. Verbs of emotion and feelings. So there are more verbs that is state verb. They're used in the emotions and feelings like, love, hate, care, hope, wish, want, prefer, adore, dislike. These are the verbs used in terms of emotions and feelings, and they are also state verb. Like there's an example, I like black coffee. Do you want to go out? I don't care. Next, verbs of having and being. Belong, own, have, possess, contain, cost, seem, matter, need, depend, weigh, reassemble, fit, involve. There is example, this book belongs to Jane. How much does it cost? He has a lot of money. Verb of sense. So to sense, there is a verb like look, hear, taste, smell, feel, sound. These are the verb to sense is used. They are also state verb. Like the food smells good, my hair feels soft. We often use can when the subject is a person. I can hear someone crying. Can you smell something burning? Okay, this is the example of this. Number 2, some of these verbs can be used in the present continuous, but with a change of meaning in the continuous. The verb express an activity, not a state or compare. So from the state verb, some of the verb even we can use in present continuous. But when we use in present continuous, meaning we make ing form of the verb, in that time, the actual meaning get changed. It doesn't really be as a not a state and not a compare. Okay, so they change their form. I'll give you the example here. I think you're right. I think you are right. So here, opinion, to give opinion. Think is not here as a state verb like, you know, about the emotions or anything. It is here to give you opinion. So it's changing the meaning. And this is when we can use ing from. We can change the verb into ing. So see, we are thinking of going to the cinema, mental activity. So here it shows more of opinion. And when it is showing about opinion, this become a straight verb that we cannot change. But when we change the meaning of the verb from opinion to mental activity, that is when we can change the verb and use in the present continuous tense. Like we are thinking of going to the cinema, mental activity. Okay, you don't have to think that much. We're just going through this because we'll be learning inductively this grammar from our regular lessons. Okay, so nothing to worry. We don't have to catch them and memorize them right away. And this is the our direct methodology. Okay, all right. I think you're right. He has a lot of money. It's about possession. Again, this is working as a state verb, but here she's having a bad day. And in this scenario, the meaning has changed to activity. That's why it is having an ing from. Next one, I see what you mean. Here to understand, see use, and it is a used state verb. Usually with state verb, we are not supposed to use the ing form or in the continuous tense. But since we're changing the meaning from understand to activity, that's why we can use, like, are you seeing Nigel tomorrow? Nigel tomorrow. Next one, the soap tastes awful state. Again, changing the meaning, and now it's becoming, I'm testing the soap to see if it needs salt. So in one word, when to feel, understand, taste, emotion, only to make understand those things, the verb becomes state verb. But when that emotions like feel, love, like, those things work as an activity, work as an action, they convert into action, meaning get changed. And when the meaning get changed, then it can be fit in present continuous tense with ing verb. Is that clear?
It's clear.
Beautiful. Okay, we'll get to go there more when we do practices, you know. Okay, now this was about state verb. Now I'll quickly complete the passive voice and continuous present continuous tense. The passive voice form to be plus past participle. Okay, the tense of the verb to be changed to make tense in a passive. Like, are you being served? Present continuous. Are you being served? Present continuous. So this one passive form of present continuous. My car is injured with ASM, present simple. Were you taken to visit the cathedral? Past simple. I have been invited to a wedding, present perfect. So here there are some structure. We'll go through here, and if needed more explanation, I'll do that. These are some example. Now the use. Number one, rule. Use means the rule. Okay, they're the rule. Number one, passive sentence move the focus from the subject to the object of the active sentence. So in passive, the focus goes to from subject to object. Okay, so passive sentence move the focus from subject to the object of the active sentence. Like Shakespeare wrote Hamlet in 1601 while he was living in London. Hamlet, the most famous play in English literature, was written by William Shakespeare. So here, if you see first sentence, literally focus on the subject, and later on, object doesn't have a value. Main thing was Shakespeare wrote. But in the passive form, who wrote doesn't matter. It can be written by XYZ, doesn't matter. But main thing is the book was written. Okay, the book was written. Like if I give you the example, personal example, you are taught. Okay, you are taught. Here the important is that you have been taught. It doesn't matter who is teaching you. Likewise, we can see here, the better example is here anyway. So Hamlet is the name of the book. The most famous play in English literature was written by William Shakespeare. So William Shakespeare goes to object. In another word, if you say subject become object, object becomes subject, comes verb with to be verb plus past participle. So see the to be verb plus past participle here. So to be verb are we have in present simple, we have to be verb is am, is, are, right? Or in past participle, we have was, were. So it is one past. So was we used as a to be verb, and written is the past participle from. Subject become object, and object becomes subject. So Hamlet, the most famous play in English literature, this was an object in the active sentence, and now this becomes as a subject in a passive sentence. Now, wrote, the wrote become the past participle written, and since it is a past form, that's how we use the be verb was. Okay, so Hamlet, the most famous play in English literature, was written by William Shakespeare. Is that clear, Mustafa?
It's very clear.
Okay, good. We choose the
I can give an example.
Yeah,
A
sure.
simple
Please.
example.
Please.
For example, I eat an apple. The apple is eaten.
Absolutely. Good. So
Yeah.
because it was in present simple, so use the be verb am, is, are. So it is apple is a third person singular, so use is, and object like subject become object like you. That's simple. Beautiful. Okay, great. Next one, but we'll get to know this one. This is just a glimpse. Okay, we'll get to know when you do practice in our actual lesson. Okay. Okay, now we choose the active or the passive depending on what we are more interested in. Okay, so if you are interested in the object, then you have to be in a passive form. But if you're not interested in object, then you can use in the simple form. Okay, okay, let's do this here. By and the agent, the subject in the active sentence are often omitted in passive sentence. Okay, by and the agent, the subject in the active sentence are often omitted in the passive sentence. If, like, see, the agent is not known, the agent is not important, the agent is obvious, the agent is not known. I was burgled last night. I was burgled last night. So he was burgled last night. It is not important who did this one to him. Obviously, by a could be by a robber or by a Batman or whatever it is, you know. But main thing was that he was robbed. He was robbed. The action was the main matter here. Likewise, the second one, the bridge was built in 1886. So it was very important. The bridge was built. It is not matter who built the bridge. The bridge could be built by XYZ, whoever it is, doesn't matter. The main matter is bridge is built. Okay, that's the passive.
Okay.
Next one, I was fined £1,000 for speeding. Here, the agent is obvious. Okay, I was fined 1,000 for the speeding. So it doesn't matter who fined you. It could be by government, could be policeman, could be, you know, RTO authority, but that's not important. The important is that I was fined. That is the important. Okay. Next one, the passive is associated with an impersonal formal style. It is often used in notice and announcements. Customers are requested to refrain from smoking. Okay. It has been noticed that reference books have been removed from the library. This is the another rule. There are a lot of rules, but don't worry memorizing each and everything or get to know. Just we go in one go so that when we see them, we can identify. That's the whole idea. Informal language, we often use you, we, and they to refer to the people in general to avoid using the passive. You can buy stamps in lots of shops, not just post office. They're building a new department store in the city center. We speak English in this shop. Okay. All right, that will do for today for a grammar. This part will complete later. Now we'll go back to our unit number 3. Okay. So last week we have done this page. You remember we have done this page? You have done a wonderful job, as you can see. All are answered. Okay, now we're going to start from here. So based on our learning from grammar, we are going to do this grammar sport. So there will be a test for you. We start from 1. What are the tense in these sentences? Which is passive? Why are they used? Okay, now we work in teams of 3. Which tense it is? Take your time. We work in teams of 3. Which tense? See the characteristics of this tense? Like we have a subject, we have a main verb, work, then in teams of 3, we have object. So it is very obvious that there is no past participle from, there is no be verb. As you know, in passive, we use be verb, we use past participle, but here we don't use that. So what does it mean?
Active, we work in terms on 3. Active form.
Active form. It is in present simple, active form. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good. Next one. I'm not working.
I'm not working at the moment. It's my amount of active form. The
Which
verb
tense?
is present continuous.
Good. And why?
Negative. Huh?
Why? How do you recognize this?
Yeah, we have the present continuous. We use to be with to be plus
ing.
Work in ing.
Ing, that's right. So we have a to be verb am, then also we have a ing from of the verb. So that means it is in present continuous, because to be verb and ing from together, no other tense carry, neither passive from carry, right? Good. The next one, the manager is always blamed when the team lost. Which tense it is? Which form it is?
This one is in passive form.
Okay, beautiful. And which tense of passive form?
We have to be in the present place. Past participle, the verb of the verb.
That's right. So it is a be verb, which is a present be verb is, and we have a past participle verb that indicates it is in passive form. That's true. And also it indicates it is in present simple tense. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Find other example from audio. From audio, we can find more example. Anyway, we'll go through it later. Which of these verb from is right? Why is other tense wrong? Okay. Now, see if you can, work on here. Which of this verb from is right? Why is other tense wrong? I like. Is it right or wrong?
Like, is it right?
Right. Beautiful.
Right, because
I
know.
Yeah.
Because it's a
state verb. State verb. So it's not I am liking. So here I am liking, when it is state verb, we cannot add ing. Okay. That's the reason. So I like my job, not I'm liking my job. doesn't go because it is a state verb. It shows the emotions. Okay, good. Opinion. Next one, I know it's stressful. I am knowing it's stressful. Which one?
I know.
I know. Good.
I know.
And it is a state verb. That's why. Okay, good. So we know I like is a state verb, know is a state verb, and the state verb doesn't what? Doesn't add ing form. Good. Next one, some verbs are rarely used in continuous tense. These are called state verbs. Underline the 6 state verb in the box. Now I want you to tell me 6 state verb from this. Tell me what are them?
Yeah. Love,
Love, yeah.
understand,
Understand,
want,
want,
agree,
agree,
believe,
believe,
mean,
mean.
and mean.
We have a 6. Okay, so 2, 4,
Well,
6. 2 of them will miss. Which two are not? Which two are not state verb? You mean?
Work,
Which two are not state verbs out of 8?
we
Let's
have
check
we have nine.
Mean is state verb. We have a watch
Work
and
and
enjoy.
enjoy.
Watch
Work
and
and
enjoy, work.
Yeah.
These 3 are not state verb. Love, state verb. Understand, state verb. Want, state verb. Agree, state verb. Believe, state verb. Mean, also state verb.
Still there.
Watch, enjoy, work. They are not state verb. Okay, beautiful. Underline the correct tense. How do you express this in your language? I work, I'm working, I have been working here for 3 years. Which one will be correct? Tell me. And why? I know we haven't gone through that, but you might know. Try if you can. Otherwise, that's fine. So you have to choose a verb.
Yeah, I've been working. I've been working here for 3 years.
Beautiful. Can you explain why this one? Why not I work? Why not I'm working?
I'm working. It's the present continuous sentence.
Present perfect
Because,
continuous. Yep.
Yeah, but we have for 3 years.
That's right.
We should use present perfect. Present perfect
continuous. That's right, because there is a for, or even if it is since. So for a period of time to understand, and that is when we use present perfect continuous. Okay, beautiful. All right, now we're going to this practice, questions and answer. Read an interview with Gary Rhodes, the football manager. Which question goes with which answer? So we're going to listen and about the Gary Rhodes, the loneliness of the football manager, Gary Rhodes. Based on the listening, we have to see among these paragraph, which one goes to which headlines. Okay? So don't you like your job? Like we have to feel like, see, we have one down here. How do you get a balance between work and home life? So the answer is 1. How do you get balance between work and home life? So likewise, we have to choose the headings from here. Okay, so which headings will go here? That's what we have to understand. Okay, you ready? Let's listen.
3.3 The Loneliness of the Football Manager. An interview with Gary Rudd.
How do you get a balance between work and home life?
Well, it's tricky, but I've been married for 10 years and I've been doing this job for 3 years. And very fortunately, my lovely wife understands how stressful it is. Also, it helps that we live near my work. We have a nice house not far from the football ground.
Do you have any children?
We have 2 kids, twin daughters. Thank goodness they both love football. They often come to watch the matches, but I never seem to have time to do dad-type things with them. My job is so time-consuming. I usually work 6 days out of 7 and always at weekends.
What will be answer for number 2? I'm just making it easy. If I play full video, it might be little. Okay, let's play. Actually, this meant to be played. I cannot make that much easy. This meant to be played. After playing, we'll read, and then we'll match with this. Okay, let's play.
Oh, don't you like your job?
Don't get me wrong, I love my job. It's challenging and exciting. I never know what's going to happen. I like training the lads. They're great guys. But it's often lonely. I enjoyed all my years as a player. I loved all the dressing room chat and socialising after the game. Now I'm not invited to join them.
Do you and your wife relax at all?
Not much. We don't have a social life these days. I try to switch off when I get home and do stuff around the house, but it's difficult. I like doing DIY, but I rarely finish anything. I'm painting the kitchen at the moment. I've been doing it for weeks and it's not finished yet.
What does your wife think about that?
She's a very patient lady and she has lots of interests of her own, but...
How long are you going to stay as manager?
I don't have an answer to that. I want to leave when the team are doing well. I have no idea when that will be. I'm hoping before my marriage ends. Don't worry, I'm joking.
All right, now it's time to answer. So which one will be this one? Don't you like your job?
Don't he likes his job.
Right, read if you want to read. First here scan and then read.
Don't you like don't you like your job?
Let's go through this and see which one goes. Do you and your wife relax at all? How long are you going to stay as a manager? How do you get your balance between work and home life? Do you have any children? What does your wife think about that? So try one by one, maybe. Don't you like your job? See, number 3. Don't get me wrong. I love my job. It's challenging and exciting. Right? So it would be 3. Next one. Do you and your wife relax at all? So it's something about relax, social life, you know, spare time, all those things. See which one could go, maybe.
I guess 4.
Yes, that's right. So see, don't have a social life these days. I try to switch off when I get home and do stuff around the house, but it's difficult. I think it's 4. Beautiful. Next one. How long are you going to stay as a manager? So it's more of the job and all those things.
Yeah. Number 6.
Number 6. Let's see what number 6. I don't have an answer to that. I want to leave when the team are doing well. Yes, that's right. So number 6. Which one? This one. Yes, this one, number 6. That's right. Okay. Next one. Do you have any children?
Number two.
Two. So we have
Yeah.
two kids, two twin daughters. Okay, that's good. Number two. And last one, what does your wife think about that?
Uh, uh, Five. It's written.
Yeah, five.
Number five.
Yeah, her wife, she's very patient lady and she has lots of interest of her own. Good.
Yeah.
So excellent job.
Thank you.
Now, next one, complete questions 1 to 8 about Gary, then ask and answer them with a partner. Does he have any children? Yes, he does. He has twin daughters. Now, about the Gary, what we just know, based on that, we're going to this question and answer. Since we don't have enough students today, I'm going to work with you. So I'm going to ask you a question. You have to answer, okay? So, any children? See the form 1 to 8. They are not completed. Complete questions 1 to 8 about Gary. Then ask and answer them with a partner. So first of all, we have to make sentence. Let's try if you can make sentence. Can you make sentence here? Question sentence. Dash any children. What will be here?
Does he have any children?
Does he have any children? Does he have any children? Yes, that's right. The first one. Yes, he does. He has twin daughters. Yes. Good.
Yes.
Number two.
Yes.
Number two.
Where does he work?
Where does he work? Beautiful. Where does he work? Good. Next one.
How many days? How many days does he work?
How many days does he work?
Does he work?
Yep. Good. And number four.
What did he like about his job?
What?
What did he like about his job?
What does he like about his job?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe present simple. What does he like? What does he like about his job? Okay, number five.
Why does he live lonely?
Why does he feel lonely? Lonely is a adverb here, so we need a be verb and we need a subject. Okay, so why does is the be verb, auxiliary verb. Why does he feel verb lonely? Why does he feel lonely?
Lonely. Yeah.
Next one, number six.
How does he relax?
How does he relax? Yeah, good. 7.
What does he do at the moment?
What does he do at the moment? Good. Next.
When does he want to live? When does he want to live for?
Okay, now we'll listen. We could listen fast and answer, but whatever we have done, we're going to listen and match those. And then we're going to do some explanation or explain about the answer too. Okay, let's listen carefully.
3.4 Questions and answers. 1.
Does he have any children?
Yes, he does. He has twin daughters.
2.
Where does he live?
In a nice house, not far from the football ground.
3.
How many days a week does he work?
6 days out of 7 and always at weekends.
4.
What does he like about his job?
He thinks it's challenging and exciting because he never knows what's going to happen. Also, he likes training the players. He thinks they're great.
5.
Why is he lonely?
Because he's not invited to join the players after the game.
6.
How does he relax?
He likes doing DIY, but he rarely finishes anything.
7.
What is he doing at the moment?
He's painting the kitchen. He's been painting it for weeks, but it's not finished yet.
8.
When does he want to leave his job?
Not until his team are doing well.
All right, so we have listened. You have done, most of them are correct. Beautiful. If we have more students, we could do more role play. But anyway, since they are not, that's okay. But you have done a wonderful job anyway. So let's go to this part now, number 3, talking about you. Talk to a partner about yourself using the promotes in the box. I visit my grandmother as often as I can. Now here there are some activities for you. Okay, here, if you can see, I usually, occasionally, rarely, hardly, ever, as often as I can, once a fortnight, 8 hours a day, one evening a week, on Sunday, twice a year, on holiday. So using these are mainly adverb. Using this information, I want you to talk about yourself, so like one sentence they made as example, if you can say, I visit my grandmother as often as I can,
Okay.
So
Yeah.
see, try as much as you can.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I visit I visit my family. I visit my family twice a year.
Twice a year. Okay, good. So you visit your family twice a year. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm.
I go to the market on Sunday.
You go to supermarket on Sunday. Beautiful. Next.
Sunday. I travel on holiday.
You
I travel on holiday.
You travel on holiday. Good. I work 8 hours a day, the
Yeah.
second one. Yep. I usually
I usually visit my friends.
okay, good. What do you do in occasionally? I want you to make sentence using all the words here, one by one, and I want you to see how you use them. Okay.
I visit my patient friend as often as I can.
Okay, yeah.
I go to cinema one evening a week.
You go to cinema, which one?
One evening a week.
One evening a week. Okay, you go to cinema one evening a week. Yep, that's good.
Once a fortnight. I can't understand what that means, fortnight.
Once a fortnight means fortnight is 2 weeks time is called fortnight. See, whatever you do in 2 weeks is fortnight. Like once a week is 1 week. In 2 weeks, that's called fortnight. Okay.
Okay.
So double the weeks is a fortnight. Or mid of month, mid of month. Every 14 days. Every 14 days
So,
is called
every 40
fortnight.
days.
It's called
Fortnights, yeah.
fortnights. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay.
So,
All right.
do you do anything in every 14 days or in a fortnight? Anything that you do? You can say, I get paid once a fortnight. In Australia, they get paid every fortnight, not monthly. Some of them get paid weekly. So you can say, I get paid once a fortnight.
Fortnights, yes.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, then rarely, hardly, ever. I want you to make few sentences in this. Rarely. What you do something rarely? Or what you do something hardly ever?
Hardly ever.
Yeah. Rarely or hardly ever, occasionally. 3 more words are left. I want you to make sentence.
Hardly, like it's like rarely. Hardly. The means of hardly is like rarely.
Yes, hardly, rarely and hardly.
The same.
No, slightly different. Rarely means you do, but not that much, bit of less. Hardly means you almost you don't do. Almost you don't do. Rarely you do, but not that much, less. Hardly you don't do that much, or you even don't do. Okay, I hardly ever, like I hardly ever. You can say I hardly ever gone to cinema. I hardly ever gone to cinema. Or you can say I rarely go to cinema. Sometimes. Maybe once in a month, once in a year.
Well, yes,
but you did.
Yeah.
And hardly ever, maybe you haven't done it. Maybe you haven't gone it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the difference. All right, that's good. We'll see what we have in next page. Next page, we have, good. Who's that? Simple and continuous. So, although we haven't done the continuous, but we'll get to know from here, okay? We know the structure, so we'll get to know from here. So now here, it's Sarah's first day in a new job. Listen to Josh talking to her about the people in the picture. What are their names? What are their jobs? So let's look at the office structure. Okay. See what they're doing. A, see what she's doing. B, what could be she's doing? C, E, D, F. So you have a look on, right? So we have done a visual guess in our mind that what could be they're doing and what could be, the answer. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to listen, and after the listening, we are going to match this information to job titles. So literally from this picture, you have to understand what could be their job titles. Okay, let's listen it.
Okay.
3.5. First day in a new job.
Gosh, I don't know anybody. Can you help me? Who are all these people?
Well, let's see. That's Nigel. He's sitting at the top of the table reading a report or something.
He's the one wearing the bright blue tie, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And what does he do?
He's the CEO, the man in charge. He runs the show.
The big boss, in other words.
Some days he shouts a lot, but he listens as well. Then there's Edward. He's wearing a light grey suit. He's standing in front of the window chatting to Helena. Edward's the sales director. He's going to China soon. He's charming. He always has a nice word to say to everyone. Helena's drinking a coffee. She's wearing a lovely green jacket and cream silk scarf. She always dresses beautifully.
I can see that. And Helena is the...
Helena's the accountant. Money, money, money. Very bright, very quick.
Okay. And who's that sitting down, talking on her phone?
In the pink jumper?
Yeah.
That's Jenny, the human resources manager, HR manager. She looks after all the personnel. She's a sweetheart. Everyone loves her. Then opposite her is Matthew. He's the IT manager. He's only working here for a few months. He's from our New York office. I don't really know him very well.
Is he the guy working on his laptop in the striped shirt?
That's him. Striped shirt, no tie. He knows everything about technology. He's preparing to give a presentation. And finally, that's Christina, standing behind Nigel. She's his PA. She...
Sorry, who was that?
Christina, behind Nigel. She's his personal assistant. She organises his diary and the whole of his life, actually. But she helps us too. We couldn't cope without her. She runs the whole place. Can you see the huge dangly earrings she's wearing? She always wears interesting earrings. It's her thing.
Good for her. Right. Thanks, Josh. I hope I can remember all that.
Well, they're a very nice crowd. Well, let me introduce you. Hey, everyone. This is Sarah, our new marketing manager.
Hi.
Hello, Sarah.
All right. Now we are going to match this from this picture. It will be interesting job to do. Let's do. Nigel, we know already CEO, Chief Executive Officer, sitting down number D. Matthew, who is Matthew here? And see the job. With the job, we have to match, you know, the personal assistant, sales director, accountant, information technology, IT manager, CEO, human resource, HR manager. See which job goes to whom. Matthew, who is Matthew?
Chief Executive. CEO, Chief Executive.
That's Nigel. That's Nigel. Nigel is the CEO, Chief Executive. Answer is there already. Yeah.
Is human resources.
Matthew. Well, Matthew, personal assistant now, sales director. See the Matthew, he's very smart. Having a tie, always, you know, very bit comfortable. See the attire. He's showing, you know,
Director.
He's representing something, you know, like a salesman, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, see, none of the person are doing that much comfortable and, you know, having a good attire and just talking with, you know, number C. So I think that will be sales director, isn't it? Sales director. Number B, right? Matthew, number B. Oh, no, Matthew is, well, Matthew is E, but we sales director would be the Edward. Sales director would be the Edward. Let me see. Which one sales director? Yes, sales director is a B, and which is Edward. Matthew is the E. Matthew is the E. And what does Matthew do? So, excuse me. Actually, there is two tasks. One is to identify who is who, like with the number A, B, C, D. And secondly, match the work, the job titles, what they do. Okay. So, Helena, let's identify first who is that. And once we identify them, we're going to, you know, match their job titles. Who is Helena? Do you think? Christina?
F. I guess F.
You guess F? Helena? It's a C. C is, where C is Helena. She's talking with Mr. Edward. Okay, no problem. And Christina, who is Christina? Which one?
Christina is
I think A.
F. Or
F
A.
or A? F or A?
Christina, I guess F.
You guys, let's see. It's A.
Oh.
And Jenny is F. Okay, beautiful. So now we know their name. Who are they? And based on the picture, we'll visualize with the visualization, will identify, and apart from with the listening power, we'll identify actually what job they doing and what could be. Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Now let's start with Matthew. Matthew, the number V is a Matthew. We can see Matthew is a sales director. He looks like a salesman, isn't it? And since he's a very smart guy, having a good attire of dress code, so he's a sales director. Good. Number Edward. That was Matthew. Okay, that was Edward. And Matthew, number E. What could be he's doing with the computer? Doing something. See what he could be.
I think human resource manager.
Human resource HR manager. Okay. How about maybe information technology, the IT manager? Is going to do a presentation shortly. Okay, we'll check this one later. Okay, we have done Nigel, Matthew, Edward. Now, Helena, number C. Helena, what she's doing? Helena, can you remember anything? Now we're listening for accountant. That's right. Accountant. He works with money. We heard that. Yes, accountant. Beautiful. And Christina, number A. In the bag behind having a diary, what could be based on this affair and based on this appearance that we can see?
Personal assistance.
Assistance, because the personal assistants often, write something in diary, having this sort of attire and appearance says personal assistant, PA. Good. And Jenny, last one, Jenny, F. What she's doing?
Jenny, human resources
He's
manager.
A human resource manager, HR, and that's what she's maybe talking, looking at the reports and all those things. Okay, beautiful. We'll match it from here. See, that's right. So Jenny is a human resource HR manager, and Christian is a personal assistant, Edward sales director, Matthew is information technology IT manager, and that's him. Okay, beautiful. So that's all this one, and we'll do the next one. Number two. Number two, what do we have? Number two, we have, what are the people doing in the picture? What are they wearing? Nigel sitting at the top of the table, reading something. He's wearing a bright blue tie. Now, it's an interesting topic. Based on this picture, we have to describe them. What are the people and what they are wearing? Okay, start from here, one by one. We can see Nigel's, about Nigel done. Now, Matthew, E, this one, what she's wearing? Tell me something. And what she's doing, what he's doing.
It was a dress. It was a dress.
Mm-hmm.
A watch in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on the chair.
Sitting on the chair. Yeah. What else you can see? He's doing something on laptop, right?
Yeah.
He's working on laptop. Okay. Okay. And what could be he's doing? Working with laptop, computer. Who does this?
Writing something.
Yes, he's doing something. Writing.
Some operation.
Yeah, that's right. Could be a IT professional. Okay, he's IT
Yeah.
manager, information technology manager. Okay, good. Next one, Edward, number V. What he looks like and what he does. Tell me something about him.
He's wears a costume with tie and dress, putting his hand in the pocket,
Yep.
and he looks to Helena, talking to Helena.
Talking to Helena, number C. Yes, Helena. Yep. And what could be his profession? He's a sales director, right?
Yeah, he's a sales director.
Sales director. Beautiful. Okay, next one. We're going to Christina, number A. Describe her, please.
Christina, she wears a costume with a dress, taking a book in his hand and writing something.
Writing something, yep.
Yeah.
And what could be her profession based on this appearance?
She is an assistant.
She is a personal assistant, PA. Good.
Yeah.
And last one, Jenny, number F.
Jenny she wears she is trousers with a dress or shirt.
Yeah, what color dress? Purple. Purple skirt. Okay, yep. She's wearing a purple skirt. Okay, and
she is talking on the phone.
Talking on the phone, and
yes,
on the we can see something on the table, right? What is doing?
Yes, some papers. She's writing some information that he receives on the phone.
That's right. And based on this appearance, what she looks like, that what could be her job status or job title? Do you think?
I think that she talks to personals. I guess that she is a human resources.
That's right. She's a human resource HR manager. Beautiful. Yes. Okay, now next one, 3.5. Listen again what is said about each person. Nigel shouts a lot, but he listens as well. Okay, so now we're going to listen again and see. Listen again what she said about each person. Okay, so in this one, we listen carefully and we get to know what each person is described. Okay, what is said about each person. Okay, so we'll mainly pick up the point, what he said about each person. Okay, listen.
.5. First day in a new job.
Gosh, I don't know anybody. Can you help me? Who are all these people?
Well, let's see. That's Nigel. He's sitting at the top of the table reading a report or something.
He's the one wearing the bright blue tie, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And what does he do?
He's the CEO, the man in charge. He runs the show.
The big boss, in other words.
Some days he shouts a lot, but he listens as well. Then there's Edward. He's wearing a light grey suit. He's standing in front of the window chatting to Helena. Edward's the sales director. He's going to China soon. He's charming. He always has a nice word to say to everyone. Helena's drinking a coffee. She's wearing a lovely green jacket and cream silk scarf. She always dresses beautifully.
I can see that. And Helena is the...
Helena's the accountant. Money, money, money. Very bright, very quick.
Okay. And who's that sitting down, talking on her phone?
In the pink jumper?
Yeah.
That's Jenny, the human resources manager, HR manager. She looks after all the personnel. She's a sweetheart. Everyone loves her. Then opposite her is Matthew. He's the IT manager. He's only working here for a few months. He's from our New York office. I don't really know him very well.
Is he the guy working on his laptop in the striped shirt?
That's him. Striped shirt, no tie. He knows everything about technology. He's preparing to give a presentation. And finally, that's Christina, standing behind Nigel. She's his PA. She,
Sorry, who was that?
Christina, behind Nigel. She's his personal assistant. She organises his diary and the whole of his life, actually. But she helps us too. We couldn't cope without her. She runs the whole place. Can you see the huge dangly earrings she's wearing? She always wears interesting earrings. It's her thing.
Good for her. Right, thanks, Josh. I hope I can remember all that.
Well, they're a very nice crowd. Well, let me introduce you. Hey, everyone. This is Sarah, our new marketing manager.
Hi.
Hello, Sarah.
All right, Mustafa, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so think of them. Okay. Do you have pen and paper? So I want you to, based on this listening, I'm going to put it on one more time. Listen carefully.
Yes.
Note that what they're doing and also match a job with a description and a correct project. And do this matching also. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Meanwhile, you complete this one, okay?
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
All right. So how did you go? Now, can we try? If you can say some word about them, please. Starting from B, Edward. Tell me something that was told about Edward. See if you can. B. You have to unmute your microphone. You're muted.
Excuse me.
It's all right.
Is a sales director. He shoot a lot. He shoot a lot, and
he's a charming guy. He say always good word to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Mr. B. Edward, he's a sales director. Good. Next one, we have Mr. Matthew or Helena, whatever. We say Helena, accountant next to her. Number C, Helena. What something? Tell me something about Helena. What was told about her?
He's always accounting money.
Money. And he dressed up beautiful, right? He dressed up very organized.
He is always dressed beautiful.
That's right. Good. And we have, okay, Matthew, number E. What is about him?
Matthew, is wearing a dress.
Oh, sorry. Yep. He's wearing a check blue shirt, doing something on the computer, and there was something was told about him. Okay, what was that? Anything? Can you guess? Remember something? He's IT professional, work in IT section. Okay, not a problem. Next, go to A, Christina. What she's doing and what is all about her? Can you remember something about her maybe?
She is a personal assistant PA.
She's a personal assistant, yes.
Yes. Is writing some information that she heard from the director.
Okay, beautiful. All right. Next, last, the Jenny.
Jenny is she is a human resources. He look after personals.
That's right. He looks after. She looks after personal. She's a human resource manager, HR manager, and she's wearing a pink jacket, having a report on the table, and she's talking on the phone. Okay, beautiful. Now we'll go to the number 3, and that is the one we'll do for today. Then we'll finish for the day. Match a job with a description and a current project. So these are the job we can see: CEO, PA, accountant, sales director, IT manager, HR manager. Job description, we can see current project. Well, this one we may have to listen and then, okay. Anyway, what we'll do, this one and followed by this, we'll do it next class. Okay, that's all for today. We'll go from that one on the next class. Okay, that's a bit of more listening involved. I'll mark it. Thanks for joining the class. I'll see you tomorrow on elementary class, and day after tomorrow will be the intermediate class. And by the way, this is called the direct method. The method we're using is called direct method, and the method is the current 21st century's method. Okay.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you. Bye.
See you again, inshallah.